All right, back at it here after the Stars take a 4-2 win over the Omaha Lancers. I'm joined now by head coach of the Stars, Cody Chup, for Coach's comments brought to you by Southside Auto Tech. And Coach, obviously tonight's a big win for a number of reasons, but from up here it seemed like this was just plain and simple a character win. What did you feel from the bench?
Yeah, I thought in the first period we did some really good things. We got a little bit sloppy in our own end at times, and it was just a matter of taking that extra stride to get over the puck and make strong plays with it. We started to slap it around a little bit in our own zone. We had a little bit of panic in our stick, but in the offensive zone we created great movement, sustained some offensive zone time, and created a lot of chances out of that. In the second period, we weathered the storm, and it was, we wanted to bring things back into our own zone from the top of the circles down. All of a sudden, everything was going back below the goal line, and all that does is allow them to reset their forecheck, get 5 guys back in the way, and then reestablish that pressure point. So, like I said, the second period was us weathering the storm. What I liked about that period was I think the shots were like 14-3 or something, but the interior shots inside the dots in that high percentage scoring area were like 3-3. So we did a good job of keeping them to the outside, but we allowed them to sustain a lot more offensive zone time in that second period. And then in the third period, it was truly character, and the emotions started to run a little bit. Some frustrations with a couple of the calls. We did a really good job as a group resetting our emotions. The TV timeout came at the right time for us. We were able to take a chance to reset, take a deep breath, and then lock in, and then the 6-on-4, 6-on-5 situations. It just takes guts. There's a level of IQ and systems that go into that, but you need the big block. You need a guy to take a hit to make a play. You need a guy to take a hit to get that puck over the blue line, and we got that. So this is a big step in the right direction for us, and you put together a couple performances like that, you start to regain that swagger that Lincoln is known for, and our fans deserve and expect, and that's what we're trying to work towards as a group. And like I said, tonight was a good step in the right direction for us.
Now, you said it during the week, when talking to you the other day, this is a proving ground that really can't be matched as far as junior hockey goes, as far as getting new guys some action. You had a couple of those new guys tonight, and Max Hidegaki and Will Bowman. But it seems between them and some of the affiliates, you've had a few games already. Guys like Zach Erdahl, Charlie Shane, Declan McDonald. Seemed like there was a lot of good energy, which is the buzzword with them that we've brought up a lot. But it also seemed like there was a few veterans out there who were playing with a real edge. Matthew Barbolini, again, we've talked about him as a lot. In the second half, he wins Most Improved Player at the banquet the other day. He seemed like he was on fire every shift in terms of just looking for someone to hit or going down low and working. And Hunter Skinner, similarly, I thought was playing with an edge all night. What did you like? We've talked about, again, how affiliates bring a lot of energy throughout the time that they've been up here with your team. But, what did you like as a group, just in terms of, it seemed like they were definitely up and down the line of feeding off of each other tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is our lineup tonight had, 5-6 affiliate players in it. So to put a performance out like we did tonight is very uplifting, especially those young guys in the lineup. And Zach met us here, jumps on the ice, and he was fantastic. He brings size, he brings speed, playmaking ability, a good stick, the ability to finish, and that's evident right off the bat. He's got a lot of those traits similar to Barb's. When they play with that intensity, where they're engaging in battles, they're using their body, using their stick, they're able to win those puck battles, and then their speed is special. And those are two guys that force D to really question their gap, question the amount of space, and they're tough to play against. If you set it tight or set a tight gap and they get a step on you, you're in trouble. If you set a loose gap and you're standing there flat-footed, you're in big trouble. So, the ability to play with that pace, the ability to engage in the battles is really the separating factor in those two's game. With Zach and Barb's is when they're engaging in those physical battles, when their intensity is at a high level and they're winning those puck battles, they're very tough to play against, and you know how I feel about being tough to play against.
And we talked about it last weekend, at the end of last weekend. Jacob Musa kind of thrust into the starter role here as Samuel Halavai departs. Tonight, you mentioned fighting the puck last week. Tonight it seemed like he was on another level from that last week's performance. Makes some big saves in close at times and held off, as you said, that storm there in the second period from the Lancers. What'd you like about him tonight?
I liked everything about him tonight because it was a fantastic response from last weekend. I've talked a lot about built-in excuses and different things like that. And Moose didn't make any excuses all week. He went back to work. He had a great week of practice. And tonight was a big confidence boost for him. I'm proud of his week that he had, his response to last weekend, and mostly I'm just happy for Moose and the performance that he put together tonight.
Last question here for you, Coach. How big would it? Obviously, it's going to be a big opportunity to come away with a potential sweep to end the weekend, to end the season. But just in terms of just the consistency that we've talked about again and again, how do you get this same effort out here tomorrow night at home finale to close out the season against Omaha?
Yeah. To be honest with you, tonight should motivate us into tomorrow night. Like, we got a little taste of how things can go, and we've been a product of doing things right at times and maybe not getting rewarded. Tonight there was a little bit of a weird bounce on one of our goals that Lopina scored, but that is the hockey gods, karma, whatever you want to call it, repaying you for doing things right, and so. We got a team win, a gutsy win. That should fuel us into tomorrow night, and we need to go into tomorrow with the same expectations. It doesn't get easier tomorrow, but we know what the reward now can be, and we got a taste of that reward with a full group effort of guys committed to winning over individual stuff. And so, tomorrow night we're going to have a bunch of affiliates in the lineup again. They're going to bring the energy. Our guys that have been here, they need to match that energy that they bring like they did tonight. And they need to lead the way. They need to set the example. The expectations for the old guys are to be leaders and to be those guys you say, watch what he does. Do it like him. And the young guys are going to bring work ethic, they're going to bring energy, and they're going to work their butts off every shift.
All right, Coach, as always, we appreciate the time, and we look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Thank you.